You saw the explosions, you felt the emotional gut punches, but you likely missed the hidden language woven into the very fabric of Peacemaker Season 2. This wasn't just a new story. It was a meticulous web of callbacks, visual echoes, and shocking prophecies that tie everything back to Season 1, while secretly building the foundation for the entire new DCU. From a single recurring object that mirrors Chris's soul to the chilling, pre-planned clues of the finale's biggest twist, every detail was a carefully placed piece on a chessboard. This is the deep dive into the secrets you missed, proving that in James Gunn's world, everything is connected. The most profound connection you missed is the evolving symbolism of the helmet itself. In Season 1, it was a literal cage, a physical manifestation of his father's abuse and his own violent identity. But in Season 2, its meaning deepens and becomes far more terrifying. Pay close attention to the scenes where Chris is alone with it. The way the camera lingers on it, often placed on a stand or a table, makes it look less like a piece of equipment and more like a shrine or a prison warden. It's a constant, silent judge in the room. This isn't a new theme. It was established in Season 1 when Augie's ghost haunted him, but now the ghost is the helmet. The genius of the sentient helmet plot isn't that it came out of nowhere. It's the literal, horrifying culmination of Chris's internalized trauma finally gaining a voice. It's the ghost in the machine, and the machine was built by his father. Furthermore, rewatch the early episodes and you'll spot this subtle foreshadowing of the helmet's sentience. There are moments where Chris hesitates before putting it on, as if he's sensing a malevolent presence. The sound design is a crucial clue here. In moments of high stress, listen carefully for a faint, almost imperceptible digital hum or whisper when the helmet is in focus, a sonic precursor to the full-blown voice it later develops. This wasn't a random power-up for the finale. It was a slow burn possession. The helmet wasn't just a tool, it was a horcrux for Augie's hatred, and its ultimate goal was to complete the psychological takeover that his father started. Its destruction isn't just about breaking a weapon, it's an exorcism. The visual of its shattering is a direct parallel to the destruction of Augie's white dragon helmet in Season 1, creating a perfect narrative bookend. Chris didn't just defeat his father twice, he had to destroy two separate helmets to truly be free, a detail that connects his entire heroic journey. James Gunn masterfully uses visual storytelling to create a subconscious thread between the two seasons, and if you weren't looking for it, you missed the brilliant echoes. Remember the profound quiet moment in Season 1 where Chris and Harcourt share a drink on his porch after the team falls apart? That exact same composition and feeling is mirrored in Season 2 when they talk outside the funeral home. The setting is different, but the framing, the mood of vulnerable connection is identical. It visually tells us that despite all the chaos, their core relationship has cycled back to a point of understanding, but now on a much deeper and more honest level. It's a visual rhyme that highlights their character growth without a single line of exposition. Another massive callback you likely missed involves Economos and his unexpected heroism. His axe-wielding frenzy in the finale is a direct parallel to him killing Rick Flag in the Suicide Squad. The chaotic, brutal, and almost clumsy nature of both acts confirms that this is simply how Economos fights. He's not a trained, elegant assassin, he's a survivor who uses whatever is at hand with shocking ferocity. This isn't a coincidence, it's a character signature. Even the jukebox plays a crucial connecting role. The song that plays during the final battle isn't random. It's a carefully chosen track that thematically links back to a key musical moment in Season 1, creating an auditory through line that ties the two climatic battles together. And let's not forget the most heartbreaking callback, Leota's betrayal. Her act of secretly working against the team for a higher purpose is a dark reflection of her own mother, Amanda Waller. The finale forces Leota to confront the terrifying reality that she is becoming the very thing she once helped Chris fight against. creating a tragic cycle of manipulation that now threatens to define her. The post-credits coup against Amanda Waller didn't happen in a vacuum. The seeds for this rebellion were planted throughout the entire season, hidden in plain sight, within the character dynamics. Go back and watch every interaction between Harcourt and Leota after the betrayal is revealed. Harcourt's anger isn't just about Chris. It's a professional's fury at Waller's methods. She sees how Waller's machinations nearly got them all killed and destroyed the one functional team she's ever been a part of. Her icy demeanor towards Leota isn't just personal, it's a rejection of Waller's entire philosophy. Economos' journey is even more telling. His entire arc this season was about gaining confidence and stepping out from behind a computer screen. His heroics with the axe were the final step in his transformation from a passive employee to an active agent. He no longer needs nor respects Waller's authority. He has found his own strength. The most telling clue, however, is in the finale's core theme: rejecting toxic legacies. Chris rejects his father's. The entire team rejects the legacy of Project Butterfly by making a deal instead of perpetuating a war. It is the ultimate thematic proof that Waller's by any means necessary approach is obsolete. The formation of their own team is the natural, logical conclusion of this theme. They aren't just leaving Waller, they are actively creating a new system to replace hers. Furthermore, the very existence of the new cozy hideout is a visual metaphor for their independence. It's a space Waller doesn't control, decorated with their own personalities, a physical manifestation of their separation from Argus. When you view the season with this in mind, the post-credit scene isn't a surprise twist. It's the inevitable payoff for 8 episodes of built-up disillusionment and growth. They didn't just save the world, they learned how to build a better one. And the first step was cutting the puppet strings of their manipulative master. The connections in this season extend far beyond Peacemaker's own story, acting as a deliberate blueprint for the entire new DCU. The most obvious is the Butterfly's migration to Themyscira. This isn't just a cool Easter egg, it's a direct narrative tether that links Peacemaker's small-scale, street-level chaos to the epic mythological core of the DC universe. It guarantees that the consequences of this season will be felt in future projects, likely in the Wonder Woman sequel or Paradise Lost series. It transforms the Butterflies from a resolved threat to a persistent, galactic-level problem, making Peacemaker and his team integral players on a much larger board. But the deeper connection is the formation of the new team itself. This is the live-action birth of a concept like Checkmate, or a more official version of the Secret Six, a black ops team operating outside government sanction. Harcourt as the leader, Economos as the tech and logistics, and Leota as the strategist create a powerful core. And let's not forget the unnamed but heavily implied benefactor. The dialogue hints at a wealthy contact, a near-certain reference to Bruce Wayne. This creates a tangible link to the Brave and the Broad and the wider Batman family. This means Peacemaker is no longer a standalone show. It has become a central hub, a narrative nexus point that introduces and establishes a key faction that will likely interact with Superman, Batman, and other heroes down the line. The season was secretly a backdoor pilot for the entire espionage corner of the DCU, proving that James Gunn is building an interconnected world, not just through cameos, but through foundational, plot-driven storytelling. Perhaps the most beautifully hidden connection of all is the role of Adrian Chase, Vigilante. On the surface, he's the comic relief, but his function is far more profound. He is the living embodiment of Chris's old, uncomplicated worldview. Vigilante's unwavering, simple-minded loyalty is a constant echo of who Chris used to be, a man who believed justice was as easy as pulling a trigger. In a season where Chris is grappling with complex morality, betrayal, and trauma, Vigilante remains a beacon of childish, if murderous, simplicity. His immediate and vicious rejection of Leota after her betrayal is what the old Peacemaker would have done. Vigilante acts as Chris's shadow, carrying the rage and pain that Chris is trying to evolve beyond. This connection is highlighted in their fighting styles. When they fight together, it's a chaotic, brutal ballet they perfected in season 1. It's a language only they share. In the finale, when Chris is incapacitated by his internal struggle, it is Vigilante who fights with his style, who holds the line using the skills they built together. He is, in a very real sense, protecting the part of Chris that he can't access in that moment. Their bond is the one relationship that has remained completely unchanged and uncorrupted from the very beginning. In a story about everything changing, Vigilante is the anchor to the past, and his presence assures us that no matter how much Chris grows, the core of who he is, the part that loves his best friend unconditionally, remains intact. He is the one connection that doesn't need to be explained or repaired, because it was never broken.